Hi, this is Dreaming Sheep, and welcome to this episode of Sheep's Nearly Vanilla Experience. Yeah, I forgot to check the episode number. I think it's 22, but I could be wrong. We're going to start this episode trying to fix a problem I found. It seems that I think after a server reboot, or I don't know if it's logging off and logging in, but my beacon stops working. As you can see, I have no what are these things called? Effects applied to me. So yeah, the only way I've found to fix it so far, if I come back down here, is to come up here, and replacing the beacon didn't seem to work. I'll just double check. I'm glad that didn't really freak me out because it disappeared too quickly. But placing that down, you can see nothing is changing. Oh, now it does. Okay, well, that changes things. So I did try like moving it with a piston. So all I did was like move it across and then back, and it didn't do anything. So I assumed it was that was causing the problem. You'll also notice while we are here that when I don't have night vision, this is more visible. Like at the moment you can see there are these swirly bits around, but without the night vision it's a lot nicer. I've also increased its maximum height. So I used a whole bunch of the what was that stuff called? It's not Spectre, ectoplasm. Used a whole bunch of it to get it to max height. I don't know what I'll do with it yet, but yeah, it's nice to have the space. There is actually blocks at the top here, but they go invisible. And as you can see, as you get higher up, just like daytime, it gets brighter. But yeah, I don't really know what's happening here. For some reason, the blocks are like invisible. Yeah, just one of those quirky little things that happens. That actually looks quite nice from the top. Now, what I was trying to do before I got completely distracted and realized that things are now working, which is really annoying, is I want to put a beacon up here. Not a beacon, a piston. I'm trying to think the right way to do it though. So if I come up here, where do I want the piston? I want the piston one block below. So if we grab this and we go there, that's where I want the piston. Now if we just change shape, hopefully this will be okay. That's not what I want. Oh, okay. This is not going to work very well. Come on. That's what I'm worried about. Let's see if we can fix that with a wrench. Would the wooden wrench work? I think I have one. I have a wrench in a bag. Sorry. There we go. Smart wrench. I don't think. Oh, wrench. This is probably a better chance at working. So if we right click, nothing. That is a pain, and that does nothing. Okay, those two wrenches are not going to do what I want. Do I have any others lying around? I do not, that I can tell. So we can't make that one, and that is just sticks and some wood. So let's make that quickly. If we go into this one, we should be able to get some wood, and then go back into here for the crafting table. And we'll grab this and a couple of sticks to do that and that. And let's see if we can now rotate this piston. Come on, please. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so piston is in place. Let's just morph back to our normal shape and remove the dirt blocks. Well, those just vanished. Random. Okay, next up, I'm going to put a block back. I'm going to use a structure panel just because I think it'll fit in a little bit better. I like just not dropping or something. How many do I have? 94. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what's happening there, but yeah, blocks. I just picked some up. Yep, I'm confused. Oh well. So back to our regularly scheduled stuff. There we go. So if we do this, I don't know if I can actually move the power block, but what we'll do, if we grab this, I've already been testing on some other bits, but if you get yourself a redstone remote, it takes multiple other like activators. I didn't realize there were durations on that. That's useful. So you need a stable ender pearl, which is easy enough to craft. 3 remotes, which again, pretty straightforward to craft. And then grab yourself one of these. It's a position filter, which is just some purple dye in a plus shape around paper. Easy enough. And you shift right click on a block that you want to apply a redstone signal to. Shift right click your remote and put your blocks in. And then if you right click, it gives you like a little box you can click, and it sends a redstone signal to wherever that was. So kind of like effectively just wireless redstone in the best way possible. So I want to test this. I can just do it there and see if it does move it. It does. Excellent. Now I don't know if this is going to fix it. We'll find out. If it doesn't, I don't really know what I'm going to do. If it does, we're sorted. So yeah. Oh, also if you're wondering how I'm flying, I still have the flying ring active. Oh, because there is no flight in here, is there? So it doesn't really matter. I thought that was a little bit strange that I could fly, but in hindsight it makes perfect sense. So fingers crossed this is fixed and working now. We'll find out probably the next time I log in, whenever that will be. I'm just gonna go, oh actually before I go home I want to fix the hole in the floor. You'll also see I moved the, actually I can move the spotlighter back up. Come on. Yeah, items definitely are invisible. That is strange. I moved the spot loader because obviously I was putting the piston up there. I was like, I don't know where to put it, but that works just fine for me right there. Just in the middle. Kind of looks like it might almost need to be there. But yeah, back home. I started playing with a very small idea for a house. Yeah, like I said, very small. I did sort of lower this hill that was here, which is why there are mobs spawning. There we go, you're dead. Yeah, so I'm thinking of this as a doorway. I don't know if I can apply a redstone signal to it. That looks like a probable no. What if I do it underneath? Okay, so that's not affected by redstone signal. It would have been nice if it was. I might have to see if there's another way to do this, because I would like to just use redstone to like remove my door, and I can do it before I get to it. I think, do we have the eye? We do not. There is a block. I can't remember which mod adds it, and if it's still in the pack, it is very possible that we removed it after we found that it got added. But what it is I'm sure it's like a seer, ender seer maybe? Ender seer, there we go, watcher. Okay, well, that was Janet. So this one, if you look at it, it outputs a redstone signal, and that is by Quark. Let's quickly go and craft one so you can see what I mean, even though it's probably not going to be used. Let's grab this. There's not where it is. That's not where it is. It's probably in here. It's not in there. Where are my eyes of ender? Thank you, penguin. Okay, let's just make some. Let me grab one of these. I need me other dank knell. No, I don't. Whoops. I think they're still in this one because that one will actually delete them. I have too many. So let's get some blaze powder, not a dank knell. We got an eye of ender. What else was it? It was obsidian, I think. Just 4. And what was the other item? Redstone we have on us already. So ender watcher, we'll grab this thing, and if we put that down, will that work? Yeah, there you go. So if you look at the block, it outputs a redstone signal. Let's put this on the ground. You can see it as well. So I'm kind of tempted to have that as a door opening mechanism. I could put like a little timer on it or something, so that the signal lasts a bit longer, like a pulse extender. But yeah, it means finding the right type of door to do that with. I only like it because I really like the idea of being able to do this and just make it disappear, and I love that effect. Also, if you're wondering why there's a big hole in the middle, it's because of the vanish door tile things that kind of broke. If you watch the last episode, there you can see it just in the middle here. Now, if I remove it, you end up with this kind of look instead, which is not bad, but I definitely prefer having the sort of invisible bit in the middle. There we go. Now, things can still get through there, which is a bit of an issue. I'm pretty sure that... there you go, straight through. So yeah, like baby zombies could probably walk through there or jump through there if I have any spawn up here. So things I got to keep in mind. But yeah, I'm gonna get a outline of a building / home built up here. I really have no idea what I'm going to do, so you will be just as surprised as me when I come back in a few seconds. So we'll see you soon. Okay, so I think it's a good point for a update. First things first, I have built a shell for the house, but we'll see that in a minute. Something else I did while I was away, yeah, it wasn't the fart. Unfortunately, the baubles hotkey makes you fart, which if you're doing creative actually makes you poop, which is kind of cool. Let's see if we can do that quick, actually. So... there you go. Pooped a brick. Oh, there's the other ones. It's like, I'm sure this works. So we just do that and then... yeah. Anyway, back to survival. Yeah, so... I've built a lot of the house out of concrete. And to do that, I kind of figured either crafting a whole lot of concrete or getting another way. So you can see I've got 1,000 concrete powder. About 700 concrete left. It was around 2,000 when I started, so I've gone a little bit overboard. But the interesting part is I've done it using an end portal. I've used a little bit of mod stuff to do it. I don't think it's kind of necessary just for one item. The rest of it could be done without. But I kind of went overboard overnight, and yeah, we have some ender dragon eggs, and I would like to store them somewhere. So let's grab these. I'm just going to drop them in this drawer for now, which is already full. Awesome. Okay, I don't think we have any upgrades lying around, do we? Don't see any. Uh-oh. Right, time to make a upgrade. So you need to make a template first, which is just a drawer surrounded by sticks, and a drawer. I'm just going to throw these down here as well, actually. I need the inventory space now. If we grab a chest, or grab the sticks we'll need for later, we need 6 sort of wood. So let's just grab a little bit more than we need. Pop this in there, and 3 and 3 gives you a basic drawer. If we surround that by sticks, it will give us a upgrade. And then you get different types of upgrades. So your most basic are your storage upgrades, and they go up to tier 5, which gives you 64 times the normal storage amount. Now bear in mind that this stores 32 stacks, so just over a chest worth of a single item. And if I just do this, you can actually put, I think it's 6 to 4, 6. We've got 7 upgrades that go in here. I don't know why it's 7. It used to be like 4. So yeah, what I tend to do is I'll probably be putting a void upgrade in each of them, and then the storage upgrades, they sort of upgrade 5. Because I've got the emeralds, I may as well. Let's see, I didn't want to pick that up. So let's grab some emeralds, and hopefully you can't hear whatever is happening outside. And we'll do this, and there we go. We get 2 of those. And Wayla should tell us, yeah, you can see the stack limit all the way at the top of the screen. Up here is 32. And if I do this, it's 64. Oh no, it's 2048. I was like, why did that go to 64? And if we do it again, it doubles it again. So it's not like 30, it's not 64 times 64. It's the base 32 times 128. So added together and then multiplied. But that should be plenty for our dragon eggs that we're probably never going to use. I might use them for something else I can't think of right now because my brain is not working. Flattening bedrock. It is an idea. Now, first things first, we need to go back to the end portal. And jump up. Hello, or not. Jump up. So here is the duplicating thing. So that is the ender chest that this pouch links to. You can see it opens it. I do need to empty out the block placer, and I'll need to empty out the hopper as well, which is just going to empty out into the block placer anyway. So let's get rid of those stacks, and then I can just grab these out and save the time a little bit. There we go. You can go together. So all this does is... Actually, hang on. I'll be back in a second. I am going to empty the dragon eggs, and then I'll explain how it works, so you don't have to sit here and watch me doing all the little boring manual bits. So yeah, we'll be back like 3 seconds for you. Okay, so we're back. All the dragon eggs are safely stored away. Now what this does, I can't remember if I showed the original sort of vanilla method of duplicating stuff. There's the fence post underneath. Oh, I did spot load or chunk load this area. Things were not working very well. But all we do is we place the item up in this section there. It's about 6 blocks above the portal. It falls through. And if we do it again, come on, there we go. I'm going to put my dank now away because otherwise it's just going to pick up the items. So we put 2 through, which means we should be 4. Worst case scenario 3. Oh yeah, they went straight back into there. I forgot about that. I'm like, where'd they all go? Actually, I'm surprised there isn't one on the floor. Right, anyway, so yeah, they're going to be in the block placer. Let's go back. You know when you like make 2 pieces of something and you completely forget? Oh, that's what just happened. So we come up here and we should have 3 or 4 in there. 2. That's concerning. Let's try that again. That was too low. Might still have worked. Let's jump up. Okay, so that means the 1 block is on the ground. And me going through the portal has just deleted it. That sort of makes sense. So let's come back here again. And I'm assuming we still just have 1 item at the top. Yes. Okay, let's get the dunk now. For a good reason. I grab this and we just grab 32 instead, right? We'll start at that. Come down here. Because it sort of duplicates everything. I know sometimes it doesn't duplicate the first item. But you just like sit here and spam right click placing items. Maybe I should have gone with, I'll do 16 instead. 16 will be plenty. And luckily we don't need to go through because all our do this. Our items are being picked up by the vacuum hopper and should be in here now. There we go. So 16 turned into 32. And now all I do is switch that loop off and you'll see it just constantly places the concrete powder for us. And if we come up, you'll see it loops into the ender chest, which then fills back up into the block placer. This is about as fast as it goes. It is 3 ticks. I don't think it's placing as quick as that, but it does seem to be a little bit quicker than 4. I don't fully understand what happened, but it does. And that's just going to run. And you'll see this will start filling up. We're at nearly an extra stack already. It doesn't really take too long, which is very nice. For the other bits that are here, a timer. So this just emits a redstone signal every 3 ticks as it's set up. I can set it up for as long or as short as I want, anything between 1 and I don't know what the high end is. I've never tested. So yeah. Then the vanilla comparator just checks the ender chest to see how many items are in it. And it gets subtracted by whatever this analog emitter is outputting. It's actually outputting 13. So what happens is when this hits like 13, this resets it to 0. Once it hits 14, this redstone goes to 1. And when it gets 15 for being completely full, it goes to a 2. This goes to a 1, which switches off the timer and switches off the block placer. I just did this because I didn't want items flying around everywhere, just lying around. There might be a better solution later on in the pack when we start getting into a proper sorting system. But this works for now. You can see it works pretty quickly. That's, what, 3.5 stacks already? How many are in the block placer? So this doesn't change. It's going the same speed as items are being put in. Yeah. Pretty good. And then that just gets converted into sort of concrete using the normal vanilla mechanic of placing it next to water. Oh, I don't want the cloud in there. And this will duplicate any and every like gravity affecting block. So sand, gravel, anvils, dragon eggs, obviously. I haven't really tested what else it works on, but I haven't needed to yet. So yeah, that is the duplicator we have. I do have the sound muffler up there because if I didn't, it would be incredibly loud. I think there's one at the back as well. No, I thought there was one up here. No need. Also, these elevators look different. They are what's called rotating elevators. They're like directional ones. So if I come up here, you'll see I'm facing the ender chest. But if I'm doing it backwards, still facing the ender chest. Do it sideways, ender chest. So yeah, no matter what happens, as long as you come up, you will always be facing this direction. I think the downstairs one does the same towards the portal. You can see it's towards the middle and then that way. Yeah, this can be changed. I couldn't mix it with just a regular elevator, but I'm just realizing that might be because I could have crafted the wrong elevator. I will test that because I would prefer this to be a regular elevator on the bottom. But yeah. Right, back to spawn. And you can just about see it over there. I know it's late into the video as well, so I just wanted to apologize if my nose sounds a little bit messed up. Had a bit of a cold the last few days. I think I managed to hide it fairly well yesterday. I haven't listened to the recording yet, but I'm very conscious of it right now and how badly it is blocked, and I just want to sniff or blow my nose. But yeah, I want to get through this, show you where we are, and kind of give you an idea of where we're going. So you can probably already tell it's going for like a Tudor mansion look. There will be a lot more detailing and windows put into this once I know exactly what I'm doing. Hey, Mr. Zombie. It does double up as a mob spawner quite well. Mob is pretty hard to say right now. I'm kind of looking forward to hearing what that sounds like from the other end compared to what I think I'm saying. But yeah, that's actually the least amount of mobs I've ever seen in here. There's been quite a few before. But let's go through the front door the other way. So we come in. We've got a bit of a floor already. Nothing in this room. I don't actually know what it'll be for. This is going to be the kitchen dining room area. Wow, that's really bad. Right. Yeah, kitchen diner, as I was saying. It's a little bit better. Hopefully that jump wasn't too obvious. But yeah, then we have a staircase coming up. You can see I've started doing a balustrade kind of thing. This will be tweaked a whole bunch. It's just a kind of starting point. And we can go upstairs to where our nether portal will be. Ooh, we could put an end portal down here. I think it's random blocks adds an end portal frame thing. Oh, ender letter. Where is it? I can't remember what it's called. Let's have a quick look at I can't spell random blocks. What is this? No, it's a destabilizer is not the one. It's not those. Oh. I know it exists. I'll have to research it a little bit because these are the interfaces. Yeah, I don't think it's something I switched off, but I guess we'll find out. Because I don't see anything that looks like it would be the right thing. Oh, an igniter. That could be quite nice. I can put that up here and toggle this whenever I want to. But yeah. Anyway, so we come upstairs. There's nothing upstairs yet, as you saw from downstairs. I haven't quite figured out how I want to do this. I do like the idea of keeping like a mezzanine up here, where basically you just come in and you can see like an open area. But then I would need to figure out an easy way to get down there or just have the mezzanine up here. Things to figure out, really. I did try a few things and I wasn't really happy with where I was going, but we'll get there. We'll get there. The entire roof needs to be replaced. This is just sort of a guide block for me. It will be like completely diagonal, just big triangles. You can see there'll be 3 from the front and then there's 2 from each side. There's one from each side with the one at the back. And then we need to figure out this little corner and this little corner and something hidden in here probably. Not too sure what yet. This could be like a little secret entrance to go downstairs. I don't think I showed it yet, but I did talk about it. The island has definitely been extended. So this will all be like carved out, so it looks more like it's floating, kind of like those do. And hopefully be a downstairs storage area as well. So yeah, I think that's where we are at the moment. The door will probably end up changing. I did not actually change the center item. Ooh, interesting. It turns out if you have the invisible, the transparent one, let's see if I can show you instead. I need to get my dank now back again. And this is the invisible one. So you can place it down, which obviously when it's surrounded by other blocks makes it invisible. But that little hitbox in the middle, if you right click on it, it resets it. Yeah. Took me over like a day to figure that out. And I'm a little bit disappointed because like I said, I did like having the opening. But either way, I doubt I'm going to actually keep what we have here. I love that effect, but it's not as useful as I would really like without having the redstone interaction. But yeah. So, I think we will call the episode at this point. We are a good, I'm trying to think, maybe 20 minutes in already. I want to keep them a little bit shorter. They've been a bit long recently. Actually, we need to do one more thing before we do that. So, important bits. Let's get rid of the items that we just collected. What else did we get? That one, that one, that one. Yeah, don't have space for bones anymore. That's kind of disappointing. I've just been deleting things. Just press Control, delete on anything you don't want, and it vanishes from your inventory forever. Nice and easy. So down we go, and we still haven't finished this. Let's get some enchanting done. Right, book and that. Oh, I don't really want projectile protection. I feel like that's one of the ones that I never got to start with. Sharpness 3, nothing extra. Ooh, respiration, not a bad shout, although 3 would have been better than that. And then Aqua Infinity to finish it off, how fitting. Right, so Aqua Affinity, Respiration, Efficiency, Projectile, and Sharpness. There we go. And put some lapis back in. 2 left. Yeah. And then I'm just going to make a better way of actually getting enchanted books. I already know what I'll be doing. I feel like this may have been me. I can't remember. But the mushrooms, I didn't think they'd be shredding. Shredding? Spreading. Yes. Another reason to end the episode, because I don't know how much longer I can do this without completely messing it up. Let's grab these while we're down here. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, please do leave comments down below. Gives me something to work towards or gives me extra ideas. I'll always appreciate them. Even if they're horrible, as long as they're constructive, I really don't mind. So, leave a comment, maybe a like and a share as well if you don't mind. And until next week, take care everyone. Bye-bye.